Hi everyone, it's Fashi. Today we'll be teaching us how to make our eyelet, the back part of our corset where we fix our eyelets. So here is the back piece we've already cut out on our tulle fabric. I'm using my corset mesh and skin mesh together. So I'm pinning down the center back and the side back here, and I will now introduce the skin color crepe that we'll use to cut out the eyelet plackets, because as we know, we cannot fix eyelets on our tulle net. So I will introduce my center back pattern paper and place it on my crepe and cut out two pieces, because one will serve as the left back and the other as the right back. And when you're cutting, remember to add allowance to the length, because we are going to be folding in the edge. Now after cutting out, we are going to go ahead and iron out your stay on these pieces that we just cut. So while you're ironing, fold in the edge with the allowance that you added and iron. And after doing that, this is what we have. You're supposed to have about 1.5 inch for your placket, depends on how wide you want it to be. So here I'm just pinning it to the back piece, then I'll take it to the sewing machine to sew. Now on the sewing machine, before we start working on this eyelet part, we're going to join this part where we pinned the center back to the side back. So after making a stitch on the first back piece, I'll do the same thing on the second back piece before we come back and work on the eyelet placket. Now that we're done joining the center back to the side back, we're going to trim off the excess and have a neat back piece like this. In our last tutorial, I already taught us how to wrap the bonings that you use to cover this seam that we have here. You can check it out if you haven't seen it already. So what we're going to do is to cut out the number of boning we'll be using. You can go ahead and cut 3 pieces. You can go ahead and use 2. This is totally optional. Now for this boning, as you can see, one side is curved facing up and the other side is curved facing down. So make sure the curved part faces up so that after stitching, when you wear your corset, it will fit you. When you sew this bone facing down, your corset will come out curved. Now here's how we're going to place it. Place your boning on top of the net at the midpoint of this fabric we cut. Remember, the ironing will indicate the midpoint, the center. So we place our tulle in that middle and place your boning, the curved part facing up, on top of the tulle, and sew on the edge at the middle of your ironed crepe fabric. Now turn it over. This is what it looks like. This is what you're going to do. We're going to make a second stitch on the other side of our bone. After making that second stitch, we'll now fix the second bone. At this point, you can fix 3 like I said before if you want it to be very strong. Now what I'm doing here is to take a measurement of my eyelet size, because the part I want to fix my eyelet, I don't want it to have a boning there. It's not bad if it does have a boning. This is optional. I said before, you can use 3, you can use 2, but for me, I use 2. I create a space in between the 2 bones where I will be fixing the eyelet. So I'll go ahead and stitch the both sides of the second bone, and now I have my spacing in between. So when you close it up, this is how the eyelet is going to be fixed in between the 2 bones. Then we'll now go ahead and close the crepe fabric. When you're stitching this fabric, make sure the stitch holds down the one at the down part. Remember that it's folded into 2, so make sure this particular stitch is holding both the upper part and the down part together. And after doing that, this is what you're going to have. You see how the back is fine and the front is neatly sewn as well. What we're going to do now, if you want to have these stitches at the front part, just flip it upside down. Follow the stitch that you made while you were attaching your bone before. If you stitch directly on the outside, which is the right side, you will have multiple stitches under. So it's better to follow the stitch you have under so that both the down and the upper part will come out very neat. Now, do not make the mistake of thinking because we left that spacing in between the 2 bones, it will no longer be firm. No, the idea is to make it firm and flexible at the same time. You're supposed to wear corset comfortably, not for your corset to kill you at the end of the day. So this is what we have, looking so beautiful. This is the funnel corset that we just made. See how beautiful it came out. You can decide to double your bonings as well. Some persons use both the regular bone and the non-sewable bone. Here is what we just made, guys. I also want to let us know we're currently running a promo on all of our corset courses, and we also have different types of funnel corsets on our platform. The link to this course is on my bio, and if you're having issues with registration, our WhatsApp number will be in the comment section. Hurry now to register while this promo is still on. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in our next video.